Rugby stages.
The loose head was switched over to tight head. He has to allow the loose head from the other team to go outside of him. Okay? He's lining up head to head.
Just explain that for us, Alan.
Well, he's given Parise information to tell Perugini, let Cian Healy get his head in between him. He switched over from loose head Perugini, and he doesn't seem to want to let Cian Healy's head in there.
Italy have got to find a quick response. Ireland have the penalty.
And it's all going right from Ireland. You see the frustration there. Cian Healy is loving it, and he's been fantastic for Ireland. A guy who's improved so much in the last year and a half. He's a great ball carrier, and he's scrummaging, and you know, the confidence is really coming out in the Irish players now.
And so are the songs.
And the crowd, yeah. It's unbelievable, the atmosphere here. From an Irish point of view, it's all going right.
O'Connell will be taking nothing for granted, though. He'll be hoping tonight isn't to be his last night at a World Cup. He's known enough disappointment, so has everyone who follows Irish rugby, to count absolutely no chickens until the whistle is blown. Murray tries to capitalise, though, on what has been a great start. This is Darcy going on his own. Darcy needs some support. The tackle came in from Mazzy. It's there. Murray driven forward by Mike Ross. Murray again. O'Gara, so many options. The drive for the line from Ferris. Murray. Time to reset. Healy is the choice. He half slips, but still gets under the tackle of Heldon Hayes. Murray to O'Gara. O'Driscoll feeding it wide. This is Earls, and that might be the moment that the debate ends.
Absolutely fantastic from Ireland. Building the phase, and again, O'Connell is congratulating Gordon Darcy. He's the man who started that all off with a great break. Ireland take it over and back, both touchlines. Absolute great play from Ireland, and Keith Earls finishes off with a great try. I've been really impressed with Ireland so far. We see Darcy here, very powerful. We've missed that from an Irish point of view. His form hasn't been that great coming into the tournament. Boy, he's having a great game tonight.
The birthday boy. He's 24 today. He was very keen, Alan, that we mention that. He's given us every reason to mention it.
Well, he did remind me today that it was his birthday, and I had to wish him a happy birthday. That's a great present for Keith, scoring a try there. It's fantastic from an Irish point of view.
From an Italian point of view, it's unravelling fairly rapidly.
I think they're in shock, the Italians. You know, Ireland have started the second half so bright.
And now O'Gara is knocking them over from the wide expanses. It's a 20-point lead now. Ireland 26, Italy 6. However, just as a little footnote, Sean Cronin has come on because Rory Best in the build-up to the try was injured. So as we're watching replays of the birthday boy's great moment, Ireland have been forced into a reshuffle in the midst of all that. Sean Cronin, the Leinsterman, beneficiary really of the injury that saw Jerry Flannery home prematurely, is on now as Ireland try to seal their passage to the quarterfinals. Here goes Mazzy. Guarantee Italy won't let this lie. They're not that type of team, but even the great Parise has lost possession temporarily. And the roar from Paul O'Connell told its own tale.
Yeah, you can hear the enthusiasm, the energy coming out of the Irish players. Great tackle from O'Driscoll there. Dislodges the ball here. He's so powerful, O'Driscoll. And Parisa looks a bit dejected. He's such a wonderful player, such a talented player, and it's he looks a bit dejected there.
Skippering his country for a 35th time, too short now of the Italian record, which surely he will break at next year's Six Nations.
Pause. Walking around 17.
Italy haven't played like they've had the better scrum. Nick Mallet.
Well, certainly he did a lot of talking during the week, Nick Mallet, and you know, Ireland have really responded, and really good scrum again there from Mike Ross on the tight head side. The Italians penalised for running around.
Worth pointing out, if you are just switching on, however, that they did lose Martin Castrogiovanni fairly early on in the first half. That meant an early arrival for Andrea Lo Citro. Just hearing, by the way, from Gabriel Clark down on the touchline that Rory Best is having ice applied to his collarbone, and the quote is, "It doesn't look good." We will find out what "doesn't look good" means for real after the match, but anyway, Best has gone and Cronin is now into the fray, and this is his throw. That's not bad for starters, and it's been taken by Cian Healy. Murray, Islander in full cry here. This is Darcy. Carney! Gonna have to have a look.
I got it. That's right. Okay. First question. Sean.
Yes, Jonathan.
Try no try, please.
Sean is Sean Veltsman. There's no great Irish celebration. Instinct says he would have done very well to get that down, but Veltsman will be the one who decides with this, Alan.
It's very difficult to see, no. No, I don't think he gets it down. Massey does very well.
Yep.
I think he should have passed the ball first of all.
Over here. Thanks, man.
Kaplan and Bryce Lawrence. Bryce Lawrence just telling Kaplan that he's doing a good job. Great to see how the officials work together as a trio, and now with a four, because Sean Veltsman in his box and with his little TV zapper somewhere. But that is fabulous work from the fullback Mazzi.
Brilliant work from Massey. He's so strong, gets his body in the right position, really low body position there, and prevents Carney from scoring probably what would be the match-winning try at this stage. It would be game over if that was a try. It's all Ireland though, Nick, at the moment.
Bring him on.
More Italian changes, one of them at least. Edoardo Gori, the Treviso scrum half, is replacing Fabio Semenzato, who's had his usually busy game, but Mallet decides to try and freshen things up a little bit. Gori back into the fray after dislocating his shoulder against Ireland at the start of the Six Nations. Still work to do for the Italian defence, because it's an Irish scrum, 5 metres out. To be able to win that back. For a second it looked like it was going to rebound on the blue side, but the Italians are being shoved out and they have won it back. Perugini found himself in a devilishly difficult position, but the ball found itself somehow in Italian hands. It's back in Irish ones now, though, with Carney. Murray. Lo Citro thought he was within his rights to come through. Must have thought Murray had his hands on the ball. This is O'Connell. Tackled by Derbyshire. O'Gara. This is Earls. Already scored one try. O'Brien was on his shoulder beautifully. This is Mike Ross. Murray. Again O'Brien. How much work has he put in those little areas? O'Connell links up neatly with Murray. This is O'Gara.
Should have given that.
Murray can reset it again. Bow to Ulster's Stephen Ferris to another Ulsterman, Tommy Bowe, temporarily playing for the Ospreys in Swansea. Earls finds O'Callaghan, neat hands, O'Gara, beautifully done to Heaslip. Murray again, oiling the cogs. There goes there is a momentum. There's almost an inevitability about this. O'Gara to Carney. Finds Heaslip, but that was forward. That's frustrating.
Just went forward there, but fantastic play again from Ireland. They look so dangerous every time they move the ball. Making great yardage, breaks every time. They look like they can score. It's really, really impressive stuff from Ireland.
Let's get his head in so the other.
How well has Sean O'Brien played this evening? The ovation, by the way, is for Paul O'Connell while we're watching the replays. O'Connell is puffing out his cheeks and puffing out his chest and making his way back to the bench.
Yeah, and people are probably wondering why Paul O'Connell is coming off. He came into this game with a hamstring strain. In the warm-up in the Australian game, he had a tweak in his hamstring, tweaked it again last week, and there was a big doubt about him for this game. So it's a very, very sensible decision by Declan Kidney now to take him off, get him right for next week. They did very well to keep it quiet, though.
A word about O'Brien. Donica Ryan, by the way, has come into the second row, but O'Brien he's been immense.
He's been fantastic. As has Ferris and Heaslip. They're such a powerful, strong back row. They give Ireland so much go forward.
I tell you, if it is Wales-Ireland next Saturday in Wellington, what a battle in the back row that's going to be. O'Brien against Warburton. I think I'd like to watch that. Nice confirmation of the change in the Irish second row.
Crouch. Touch.
Italy just can't get out of their own room at the moment. Replacement scrum half Eduardo Gori feeds a scrum that's becoming increasingly problematic.
Push back.
Eldon Hayes in the white cap protects the kingdom, but the walls are looking very crumbly. Giraldini. Hard Heaslip is working to get over that ball. Actually cleared away by Gori. With no great distance though. Earls takes it acrobatically. This is wonderful stuff from O'Brien again. Every time he gets the ball, he breaks the gain line. Chipped over by O'Driscoll, looking for O'Gara. Gathered in by Parise.
That certainly wasn't the best option, but again, O'Brien, fantastic carry.
Put away by Garcia.
Italy have to try something. They're completely on the rack.
Hearing, by the way, from down on the touchline, Alan, that ice has gone straight on to Paul O'Connell's hamstring, so it is that they are concerned about.
Yeah, I'm sure it's only precautionary. He's so important to Ireland, O'Connell, and it was very much a sensible decision to take him off. Donica Ryan is a very able replacement. He loved the physical confrontation. Very physical player, Donica Ryan.
How about that from Keith Earls? One side of the pitch to the other. And from one side of the world to the other, the smiles are exclusively Irish at the moment.
Well, it all seems to be going right from an Irish point of view. Their defence is so strong, their ball carrying, their work at the breakdown. They look ruthless here tonight, and they're certainly sending out a statement.
Okay, Bortolami's coming on, 31-year-old captain not so long ago. They need all the help they can get now. Irish 18 is their new man, Donica Ryan, but it was the Italian one, Bortolami, who got up quickest. up just a little bit too soon. Or is the call that they were... I think the call is that they were challenging Bortolami before he was